Folks, well, hello there. I'm Chris Ashby, and I have lived in Islington for 30 odd years, and I represent the Islington Cyclist Action Group.
What does that group do, Chris?
We're a borough group of the London Cycling Campaign. It has a vision of an improved city for cycling, to make it into a world-class city with much better cycling facilities than we have at present. It followed on from the past Mayor of London's vision of making London a world-class city for virtually everything, for architecture, for sport, for health, for food and everything. And our angle is for cycling.
In Islington, how much cooperation have you had with the council on extending cycling routes?
I don't think it's a question of extending cycling routes. We've had a lot of cooperation from the council. It's not been perfect, and there have been quite a few hiccups. But by and large, you know, they realise that we are an important lobby group. Cycling is very much, apart from being an environmental thing, it's a lifestyle choice, and it's not to be taken, lightly, because you can get killed on the roads. The roads are not as dangerous as a lot of people make out, non-cyclists make out, and motorists make out, even though they're the ones who are actually making it more dangerous. Nobody should be forced to cycle. People should be encouraged to cycle, certainly, and provided with facilities from cycle training through to good facilities on the road, through to extra support. But nobody should be forced to cycle. Otherwise you create resentment. How can you do it? There are targets. The Mayor of London, the ex-Mayor of London, I don't know what the new Mayor of London has got, but he should have, if he's continued with the Plus Mayor's policies, have a policy for increasing the growth of cycling. And of course the Mayor of London, TfL, have overall control over Islington Council as to their particular aim, so I would imagine that Islington Council have a policy of auditing how many cyclists are coming and how many they would like to develop in the future. I don't know what that figure is, but there's certainly the scope to have many more cyclists than at present.
As far as your group's concerned, do you actually use it as a political pressure tool to get things done in relation to cycling?
Well, you have to use it as a political pressure tool because we're dealing with politicians in the end. We deal with the officers, and that's where the real day-to-day hard graft. Every 2 months, I think they are engineering meetings with top engineering managers. If we can't get from the officers what we want and what the council says in its policy documents that they want, which is more cycling, better quality cycling, and what the Mayor of London wants, then we can, and we do, use political tactics. Like we go to the councillors, we use press releases, we have petitions. Like I think that we're going on to have a petition about improving the safety of a local road junction just down the road.
Is there any specific events during the year that your group puts on for residents in Islington?
Absolutely, and we're coming up to that major event, and it's a national event actually, and it's our contribution to it, and it's called Bike Week, quite appropriately, and that's on the weekend of the 13th, 14th of, up to the 21st, 22nd of June. And there are hundreds and hundreds of events all over the country, all over London, and in Islington we're doing something at the N1 Centre at the Angel, a bike breakfast and a bike maintenance thing, very important, encouraging people to be able to maintain their bikes in a safe, roadworthy and efficient condition. We're doing a bicycle breakfast, which is legendary, at Corbett Row down in the south of the borough, where we dish out free food to cyclists, and that's always very popular. And hundreds of cyclists go through that. If you think, well, how many people cycle in the borough? Go to Corbett Row on a morning and evening rush hour, you'll be absolutely amazed. And that's actually being upgraded with the help of the council and TfL, and hopefully it will be a lot better, because there's a lot of conflict there between pedestrians and motorists. And so throughout the week we're doing something on Friday. We're doing a so-called commuter cool down, which is we're going to have non-alcoholic cocktails and light food refreshments as people come down. That's going to be on Holloway Road opposite the library.
Okay.
And we're doing something on the Saturday. I think we're helping with the biodiversity bike ride.
Right. Now what's that exactly?
It's something that started off many years ago to encourage people to look all the gardens, all the squares, all the rich tapestry of small green spaces in the borough, and we cycle round. We cycle round for hours on end. We start off in the north of the borough, and we'll finish off at the Love Your Parks event run by the council. So we'll see how that is.
How do you appeal to our younger members of the community?
We campaign for free cycle training, and that's been accepted now for all school children, and we work alongside schools to actually encourage them to seek cycle training for anybody who wants it. We encourage cycle parking at schools, and that's increasing by leaps and bounds, and that's brilliant because there's too many people driving their kids to school. All we can do really is to try to ensure that we show that people can cycle happily, safely in the borough, and hope that people will then see that it is a viable form of both transport and recreation.
What do you think about schemes like the free bike scheme, that you can pick up a bike
Yes.
and then drop it off?
Brilliant. I think it's been very successful. I mean, I don't necessarily think free. I mean, free, fine. I think in Amsterdam there's been a scheme, and they suffered a huge number of bikes getting stolen. Free for the first half hour would be a good idea, and then you drop off the bike, because most journeys, and that's whether people are driving by car or walking or whatever, they're under 2 miles, so it doesn't take that long to cycle. So maybe for the first half hour, have it free, and then you pay a smallish fee. We enjoy cycling ourselves. We have social events. We see more people cycling. We see less accidents on the road. We see more people joining the London Cycling Campaign. I think there are about 10,000 now members, and about 700 in Islington. It's one of the biggest cycling groups. I think those are all indicators that we're doing a good job. People are enjoying cycling, and they're not getting mown down as lots of the scaremongers say, and they're not cluttering up the road. People say, well, get out of the way, and let the real traffic go. We are the traffic. Now the hierarchy of road usage has changed, and cyclists and pedestrians are now at the top. It isn't working perfectly, and certainly not on major roads like the TfL run roads, but that's a welcome thing. So all of these things are great.